Can't get my camera set up here. Sorry about that. That's really um, got all kinds of stuff that's just making glares everywhere. I don't want it to glare. Whew. Well, if you're watching the replay, I'm glad you're here. Oh, hi, Brittany. I'm glad you're here. I'm gonna talk about a few things, and we're gonna play with this. I don't even remember where I got this. If it was a garage sale or a thrift store, one or the other. I can see on here that someone paid $14.99 for it at one point, but it's torn up. Um, but it doesn't look like. I mean, I haven't looked for sure, but it doesn't look like anybody's ever used it. So we're gonna play with this a little bit. Hi, Riri. So good to see you. We're gonna play with that a little bit in a few minutes. Um, Torn up's easier to use. There you go. There you go. And I might have to save this. I don't know. This whole thing I might need to leave it like this for a while if I'm going to actually play with it much. But I know I just spent $2 or $3 on it, but I don't see the price of what I actually paid for it. So I'm not positive. I just know that I was surprised how cheap it was. And so I went ahead and bought it. Hi, Janet. Hi, Beth. I'm so glad y'all are here. Um, Anyway, that's one thing we're going to play with. And I've also seen people using these whiteout pins, like a Posca pin. And I thought it might be interesting to play with that a little bit too. Um, Before we do that though, I got something to show you. Um, I went to Tuesday morning because they're going out of business, and I got an email saying that stuff was up to 30% off. And so I went in there. Well, I didn't see a single thing that was more than 10% off, except for the things that were already clearanced. So I don't know about other stores, but my store, everything was 10% off. I mean, there might have been something in there, probably was something in there that was 30% off. I just didn't see it when I was looking. But everything was, I mean, I was amazed how much stuff was gone. There was very little in the thrift, in the craft supplies, very little in the dog stuff, which is what I, usually go in there for. There are a few things we get in there for the dog. Um, and then they had their, exotic teas and stuff like that. There was just hardly anything there. I did get these two things while I was there. This I'd been watching because it says comparable value 36.99, and it was 17.99, and that's what I saw it for in here, was 17.99 the first time I looked at it. And I want to see what it says underneath here, because when I show you this one, you'll understand why I'm doing this. If I hadn't already seen, well, and I didn't know about that till I got home, so yeah, see, under there it was 17.99. That was the Tuesday morning price until they clearanced it. So, and I had seen it for that price, so I was pretty sure that that was accurate. Anyway, with 10% off, it ended up costing me about $10. And it's the scallop and the stub um, crocodile corner chomper. So this is one that I always thought would be nice, but I wasn't going to spend $37 or even 17 on it. So, hi Sharon, hi Dawn. I'm so glad y'all are here. I got this stencil because there was so much of it that it could be used just in bits, and I thought it was really interesting. But when I took this price tag down, I could see that it had been $3.99 at Tuesday morning before they stuck this price tag on it. So I don't know how many other things. I don't know how many other things that they've raised the price for their, and then are doing their going out of business sale, but this one definitely was raised. And so if you're going to go in there and shop, you might look into that. Um, if you see, another price peeking out from underneath, then there's a sign they might have done that to you. So I was a little irritated by that, and it just made me wonder how many other things in that store did they raise the price on before they started cutting everything 10%. But at least I went in there and I looked, and now I know there's nothing else in there I need. And they're almost out of inventory anyway. But oh, Dawn has one of these. Well, I got this one at, I don't know if it was a garage sale or the thrift store. I can't remember. But it looked like it was all there. I just gave it a quick glance. In fact, I can't remember if that plastic piece was on there or not. So I don't remember. But Spice Box is the brand. And it looks like it's all there. I got it for $2 or $3. I'm not sure exactly how much. I just know it was cheap enough that I decided even if I messed it up and didn't like it or whatever, it would still be my camera's still kind of crookedy here. There we go. It would still be worth it. I've got it came with one brush. Somewhere I do have some other brushes for the Chinese brush painting, but I'm not sure where they are. But I thought I'd just play with it and see, like I said, I hadn't really opened it up before now. So there's a book. That's pretty, isn't it? And it gives you a supply list and some strokes. Let's see. Now, I don't know if they're, what is a cloud brush? See, they've got all these names. Is this a cloud brush? Because it's the only brush you gave me. Let's see. Let's see what it says. Okay, so I don't know. Got a vine brush, which is this one. And okay, what's in here? A white cloud brush. Okay, see, there's only one brush in here. So evident, and there's not even a space for more brushes. So so I don't know where the other brushes are supposed to be, but they're not in here. There is some practice paper. It's very thin rice paper. And then there's, oh, well, maybe this is the practice paper. Let's see what it says. It says 30 sheets, practice paper, quality art paper, but there's two different kinds of paper in here. There's this paper. There's not very many of those. But then there's the seahorse exercise, the blue heron exercise. Are there any more? I guess just those two. And there's some more paper that just doesn't feel like anything special. So these few pages right here are the good rice paper. Hi, Teresa. I'm glad you're here. I don't know. I'm not going to paint Chinese. I may paint with Chinese stuff and see what I can do. But I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to play with it. Okay, so, well, we need this out, I guess. And gotta empty my trash can. And here's the brush. Okay, let's get this stuff out of here. The practice paper is the first one. Only use water on. Hi, Barbara. I'm glad you're here. Okay. Oh, this is the practice paper. Use dip brush in clean water only, then paint directly on this sheet. Your brush strokes will disappear as they dry. Well, that's cool. And then they give you a few pieces of this paper and then a bunch of that paper, which doesn't look like anything special to me. These seem like, I mean, this is rice paper, but I don't know about those. Just seem like regular sketch paper. So this is the practice paper. Well, that's cool. Okay. Thank you for noticing that. Okay. They've got this ink stick. And this is a place to grind up this ink stick and make ink. And then, let's see. That's weird that it, only gives you one brush, but it shows 3 and gives you instructions to use 3. So I don't know how that's going to work. I'm tired of all that tape. Yuck. Whew. Okay, this is the brush rest. When I bought this, I bought it because, I could only see this much, so I couldn't tell for sure what was in it. But the brush rest was there, and I thought, well, if nothing else, Hannah will enjoy this brush rest. And for $2 or $3, it's probably worth it just to have that for her if nothing else is in there. But except for the brushes they talk about, it looks like everything is in here. There's 4 colors of watercolor. And so we've got indigo, gamboge, burnt sienna, and carmine, and then white. And these are Chinese watercolors. I don't know how they differ from regular watercolors. I don't know. But then you've got this and this ink stick. And the honestly, the ink stick is what sounds interesting to me. So let's see what. Okay. Their introduction says you need a harmonious space. Okay. Over many, many years of teaching and in my own artist statement, I have said that to paint is to create a harmonious balance of space within and beyond the canvas. This holds especially true for Chinese painting, where the relative technical simplicity of the art belies the sensitivity and sensibility for composition that develops over time. Indeed, in my nearly 25 years of experience as an art instructor, I've seen that Chinese painting is remarkably easy to learn and satisfying to do, but is also difficult to master. In this book, I'll show you the techniques I've used and taught over many years, techniques that are tried and proven and will, with practice and dedication, result in the ability to render an array of traditional and non-traditional subjects. Okay. Well, okay. Let's see if this tells me what kind of brush it is. Well, it might, but it's not in English, so I don't know for sure. But I'm going to assume it's this C brush. I'm trying to think where my other brushes might be. I had a roll that was like a pencil roll or a brush. Anyway, it had some Chinese brushes in it. And but I can't remember where that is. So I may have to use regular just regular paint brushes for that. I don't know. Okay, it says Chinese brushes come with different kinds of bristles. Soft bristles are made from goat hair, sable, or synthetic fiber. Harder brushes are made from horsehair or boar hair. Um, in this grip, the brush locks between your index and ring finger. This is the optimal position for painting details or doing small strokes. That doesn't feel very optimal to me. Oh, yeah. Now, I don't know. We're just gonna have to use it the way my hands will work because that's not that easy. Um, it says the Chinese watercolor paints, you will use these in a similar manner to Western watercolor paints. However, traditional watercolors do not bind to the paper as well when you stretch it, so do not use them for work you wish to display. So they're saying that these will bind to the paper better. I guess that's what it sounds like. Okay, see, there's no blanket. Okay. Okay, I'm going to look on the thing and see if it, because an ink stone, an ink stick, 5 watercolor paints, 1 brush rest. So everything's in here that was supposed to be here. You're just supposed to come up with these other things like a blanket. Okay, well, hmm. It says you will place this under your paper. Um, Hi, Aunt Beck. Good to see you. Glad you're here. One important part of Chinese brush painting that must be mastered early on is to achieve richness and subtlety with this art is the ability to load multiple colors onto your brush at one time and control how these colors flow from the brush to the paper. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think a towel will probably work fine. I was just gonna see if it tells me. It says towel or small blanket. Um, the first color is the base color and is fully loaded onto the bristles of the brush. The second color is an accent color. You will load it until you see it's been absorbed halfway up the bristles. The third color is also an accent and usually is quite a bit darker than the first two. Only the tip of the brush is dipped in this color. It will bleed off the bristles first as you paint your stroke. And only the second and first colors will show in the remainder of your stroke. And they're kind of showing how they've loaded um, the brush. It says a technique I've developed in loading colors to load your second color on one side of the brush only. By doing this and then flipping your brush over so the second color you load is on the top side of the brush, it will bleed through the sides of the bristles and create a subtle shading on both sides of the base color. And there's where they're talking about that. Painting surface. Finally, the last important detail that bears mentioning is that you must paint with a towel or small blanket placed underneath your paper in order for the paper to have the proper buoyancy or bounce back against the force of your brush. You will also feel freer to make strokes that continue on past the edge of the paper. Also, from a more technical point of view, because rice paper is thin and absorbent, the water from your paint will soak through the paper quite easily. Without the towel underneath, your paper will adhere to the surface you're working on and likely shred as you are painting. Okay, so there are good reasons why we're supposed to use that. Um, Thanks, Janet. This is what came in this kit. Let me show you those of you who just got here. This is the kit I got. I can't remember if it was a thrift store or a garage sale. Spice Box is the brand. Um, it's supposed to be easy, so we'll see. I'm not the best watercolor person out there, and I only have one of the three brushes. So I've got lots of watercolor brushes though. We might try one of those. I wish I knew where when Ethan was taking Japanese, he was using some Japanese brushes, or I think they're the same kinds of brushes. The Japanese and the Chinese might not like the fact that I said that. It may not be true, but they were definitely brushes that look a lot like this that he was using to do some Japanese paintings. Um, and those were the ones that I have that I don't know where they are now. I may have given them to Hannah. So, anyway, I got to run get some kind of a towel because I don't have anything like that. I'm sure I've got a icky towel in the kitchen, not icky like dirty, but one that's, not so great that I can bring out and use. So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Talk amongst yourselves. I could probably use paper towels, but I don't have any of those out here either. Okay. You gotta throw in the towel. Yep. Now, I don't know if you need the. We're gonna practice with water first, just because we can. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what else it says here first. Okay. An ink stick is concentrated, dry black ink pressed into a stick and is a traditional part of Chinese painting. Concentrated liquid ink is then made by grinding the ink stick in 1 or 2 drops of clear water on a stone slab called an inkstone. You will know that you have ground your ink to the right consistency when little bubbles in the ink don't move at all as on the stone as you grind. Okay, we're going to just play with water first because this may not be clean water. It's not clean water. Okay. Let's see if the other one's clean because I don't want to start with icky water. Yeah, this one's clean. Okay. The jar's not clean, but the water's clean. Okay. Now then. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to need a watercolor palette here soon. I don't have one of those out here either. I mean, not one that doesn't have watercolors already in it. Okay, we'll think about that in a minute. When painting with ink, you'll want to create a number of different tones or shades of black with the ink. You can make a gradient of tonal values with different concentrations of ink in several separate dishes or a watercolor palette if you have one so that they're ready to use. Place a tiny amount of clean water in your container, then mix a dab of concentrated ink. In another container, place slightly more water or slightly less ink to create a lighter tone. Continue to make a darker tone as well as a lighter tone. Remember though that with time your prepared inks will dry out, and although you may be able to revive them by adding more water, I prefer to always use freshly prepared ink to achieve the best results. Practice in making a tonal chart to learn the various tones of the ink you can create. It says if you don't have a number of separate containers, and I don't know that I do, I think I know where I might. I bought some, I gave them to Hannah. So if I can find them, I'll go get those and use them. But if I can't, we'll see what you do if you don't have one of those. It says if you don't have a number of separate containers to hold various tones of ink, you can, with practice, achieve the same results with one tone of ink prepared in one container. The way you would pick up different tones of ink is to pull your brush through your ink in your container in a clockwise motion, pulling the ink up and around the curved side of the dish. Watch the ink slowly run back into the base of the dish. You will see that the ink closest to the base of the dish will be the most concentrated and darkest tone, and the ink nearest the top of the dish will have the least amount of pigment and be the lightest tone. You can then pick up the ink with your brush that has the tone you were looking for and apply it to your picture. Experimenting with this technique a few times in order to learn how to control the tone of the ink you load onto your brush. Okay. A hallmark of Chinese brush painting is controlling the absorption of the paper by applying more or less pressure with the brush. Practice varying your brush pressure as you make two more of these stems. Excuse me, let me get a drink. Okay, let's just play with some water. That was a real stiff brush, so I want to make sure it's... Practice strokes 14, 15, and 16. Let's find the... What page? Page 8. Excuse me, just a second. Okay. Okay, this is 14, 15, and 16. And I guess this is where they're practicing those right here. That's really big. All right, let's look. Let's go back here to look. Okay, 14 is similar. Similar to that, but smaller, obviously. 15. Well, that one's a little bit better. And 16 is yeah, this is going to be great. It's going to be so easy. Oh, dear. This is fun, though. Knowing that it'll just disappear and I can do it again and I'm not messing up anything. That's nice. Okay. These are... It'll probably be more fun on paper with ink. But this brush, I'm going to get a regular watercolor brush and try it and see what the difference is. There may be a difference in how much water it holds. I don't know. Let me get some regular brushes, just round brushes. Whoops. Okay. Okay. Here's just some more brushes. Oh. Multitasking and sewing up a hole in the cap. Well, that sounds good. Okay, let's let's see. Good grief. Okay. Let's see if this will help. Okay. I think we're just going to play and we're not going to practice anymore because it's obviously maybe not helping me much. I do have some rice paper I got back a while ago. Two different kinds. There's this one. And these are big sheets, so it's like 3 times as big as this, almost. So those are really huge. I don't think I want to. These may be too. But there's more of these, so we'll use one of these. Okay. I was hoping I could just take it out a little bit. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. No wonder I couldn't get that piece out. This is really, really long paper. All right, let's see. Goodness gracious. It's gorgeous. It's got, stuff in it, but it's big. It's a big sheet of paper. Okay. I bought this back a while ago too, just because I like rice paper and I thought it was pretty. Um, but it's a big piece. Okay, let's let me let's see if I can. All right. Well, at least we know we have plenty of paper. Okay. Now then, I do want to. Oh, I was gonna go look for just a second. Let me. I can't tell if it's just wet or if it's actually getting any black. Okay, a little bit. I don't know how you tell if you've got enough in there or not. Okay, we're just gonna let that sit there. And we're gonna just assume we have ink in here. And we're gonna see what happens. Okay. I want to see. Let's start with it. No, I don't want one that big. Let's just go ahead and use this one. Okay. Let's see if we can make some leafy shapes. Let's do some viney things first. Just I don't know why. Okay. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Okay, let's try some. Let's do some longer leaves over here. It's hard to remember what you did. It's hard to tell what this is going to do. If it just is wicking water away and leaving the ink. It's hard to tell. We'll have to let it dry to see. Hmm. Well, and that's almost gone. Okay. Okay. I'm going to set this aside here and add some more ink into that. Okay, look, we can paint with this. Okay. It's still going to be, we're still going to have to see how over here it looks like it's, doing okay, but it's hard to tell. Now, one thing you can do maybe to do lighter. Waiting for things to dry is probably the hardest part of doing this because you can't tell what it's really going to look like until it does. I'm really liking the way this looks and this. And I'll, yeah, this and that. Those are the ones I like. Not so excited by this stuff here or that. Um, okay, well, let me clean this brush. And then I'm going to set this aside and find something to use. Uh, to do some color stuff. Okay. Says begin by dipping your cloud brush in water. Fully load the cloud brush with rose paint. Then load alizarin crimson halfway. Okay, I still don't know. Do they tell you how much you water down these? Do you just do it like you would watercolor? I don't know. It doesn't tell you that part. Let's see. I was going to say, how does it tell us to get this? Trace the image. Okay. That's pretty. I'm trying to remember what the other image that was there was. Oh, I bet it was the seahorse. Okay. Well, I'm sure I need to practice some other things before I start on these, but that looks fun. Frog. I don't know why I do this to y'all. I get something new and then I open it up on a live stream when I've never done anything with it before. Y'all get to watch me just not know what I'm doing. Hi, Mindy. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, I need something to put this watercolor in first of all. Let me see. What do I have? I don't know if this will work for watercolors or not. I got these at the thrift store. They're Mary Kay, like for parties. But I thought they'd make good throwaway paint palettes. So we will see. Let's put okay. If this comes bursting out of here, I'm going to be well. Okay. There's white. And this is carmine. Ooh, it did kind of just start oozing out. Okay, stop, please. I only need so much. Okay, I'm trying to decide. Do we need all of these colors? Oh, okay, see, that one worked better. Let's go ahead and do the blue. Ooh, good grief. Okay, see, that's what I was afraid was going to happen, and I got complacent and then it did. Okay. I just realized I threw away my baby wipes. I mean, I emptied them. Okay, let me get another deal of baby wipes. Mm. It's looking like a little goes a long way. Yes, it is. Okay. Try to clean up. It's a pretty blue. Well, I'm glad you like me experimenting because I enjoy doing it. I just know that, there are people out there who would rather you have practiced and then show them how to do it rather than trying to figure it out as you're as you're on here. But I am one of the people who enjoys watching people figure things out. So, well, we're gonna call that good. Let's go ahead and open the burnt sienna since we have it and we've opened everything else. Okay. You'd rather watch me stumble around and figure things out. Yeah, well, the Lisa way. Okay, well, good, Mindy. Well, stumbling around to figure things out is the Lisa way. So, okay. Now, these obviously are going to need some water. Let's see if we can. Okay. I do want. Okay. I don't know. That dries out really fast. It like soaks into the stone. So it may not be the best thing. All right, let's get another piece of paper here. Okay, now then, let's see. Begin by dipping your cloud brush in water. Fully load the cloud brush with rose paint. Okay. I don't know how you know when it's fully loaded. Then load alizarin crimson halfway. Oh, I don't have rose. All I have is alizarin crimson. See, that's not fair. Okay, let's add a little, do some blue on that end. I don't know. And we're going to go. Yeah, I'm making a big mess here. Well, that messes them up. I'm obviously not good at what I'm doing, trying to do here. Okay, so y'all can't even see any of the colors that are in there very well. But okay, this time I'm not going to do that back. This back pedal because it's not working out so well for me trying to do that. Well, it might be better once it dries. Let's see. Okay. I'm not sure that. Okay, let's load up the brush with red. Put blue on one side. Think it would work better on watercolor paper? Well, Yeah, I mean, the if you're just trying to do it as what like watercolor, but um trying to make it, use this technique, they use this kind of paper on purpose. Um hmm. If um I'm just trying to use this kit. Now I am using different paper because I really like this paper, so I wanted to try it. Um I jumped over. I jumped over got some hairs coming off. Let's get some more yellow to put on that tip. One thing about watercolor paper is it doesn't let the ink stay in the middle and the water bleed out to dry off. With watercolor paper, it soaks everything in. So this is actually wicking water away from the ink, um, which I think allows their technique to work the way it does. Let me get this one over here back and see if we can see with the black ink. Now, some of them, like right here, you can see some of the ink wicked out too, and right here. But a lot of them, the water wicked away and then was gone. But some of them, when it did, it pulled enough ink that you can still see it. Um, and this isn't completely dry yet either, but I can tell there's enough black in this that it's going to do like this. It's going to leave a shadow around it. I don't have room to do any leaves with those. Since I don't know what I'm doing, I'm not going to fret over that. I'm just playing. And I think these will look a little bit better once the water's gone. They may not. I don't know. They may end up just looking like this. Um, it says load the brush with color and add dark ink to the tip. Press the tip of your brush down as you pull the stroke down along the outer edge of the leaf. Oh, so we're adding dark onto the side and making the leaves bigger. So it started out just like this, and now they're making them more like real leaves or more leafish. So, have you tried the paper that came in the kit? Hi, Leah. I have not. I was just thinking I might as well go ahead and try it. I had a lot. I had a lot of this, and so I wanted to play on it because I've had it a while and I haven't done anything with it. And it was rice paper too. Anyway, I'm gonna set this aside, and we'll get out one of the sheets that came with it, and we'll play on that. Let's try this paper they have down here, and then we'll try the rice paper. This is just, I don't know what kind of paper it is, but since we've been playing on rice paper some, let's go ahead and try this. And gamboge and a little bit more indigo. Hmm, that's weird. It's like there's some liquid in here. That's why this one exploded, because it's got stuff in it. Okay. Okay, let's try with the ink first and do a the binders separate. Yeah. Yep, yep. I think that's probably what it is. It's who knows how old it is because it's I got it, either at a garage sale or the thrift store. So I just thought maybe I could bake some um I don't know, let's play with this. Julie. She's got about an hour. All right. That's very granulating, isn't it? Let's make some green. That's kind of weird. Okay, let's. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. I'm just trying to come up with some brush strokes that look decent. So far, I'm not doing so great with that. Um, okay, let's see if we can lift off some of this. And I don't think you can, not like you can with watercolor. Okay, let me find. Here we go. Of course, this isn't watercolor paper either, so um, I think I liked that before I fixed it. So let's. Um, they always act like this is, easy. Anybody can do it. Um, Let it be whimsical. Well, it's yeah. Yes, they do. And I'm thinking, no, it isn't easy to learn, but once you get it, it's wonderful. Yeah, I'm sure that's true. Um, I'm I'm thinking that probably this is going to end up being one of those things that I just did because it was fun, and it may not. I don't care enough to get really good at it. Does that make sense? I like to try stuff, but that doesn't always mean that doesn't always mean I'm going to get it. Let's see. Okay, I want to try to play with this some. Um, you can be quite sure that it will not look like that when I get done. But um, anyway, we're gonna just play with it anyway. And I need trying to decide if regular pencil would work. Let's see if it says. It says try making and using your own charcoal pencil from the tip below. Oh, okay. I was going, okay, what tip? All right, let's see how it says to do that. This is this is the rice paper that came in the kit. What I was playing with earlier was this other paper that came in the kit. And then this is some rice paper that I had bought on Amazon that I was playing with here. Okay, how does it say to make a homemade charcoal pencil? I use a homemade charcoal pencil for sketching because I find that a pencil, even a soft one, is too harsh for one paper. And I'm assuming that's this paper that they're talking about here. Roll the one paper into a tight tube, securing it with a piece of tape. Carefully burn the end of it. The virtue of a homemade charcoal pencil is that the line it makes is very soft and there's almost always a scrap of one paper to use at your fingertips. Additionally, you will be able to remove its mark by gently brushing at it with a feather or a very soft tissue, leaving virtually no trace of it or damage to the paper. Hmm. Okay. Roll the one paper into a tight tube, securing it with a piece of tape. I'm definitely going to play with it on the plate, Janet. And that was one of the reasons why I bought this paper was because I knew it was big enough I could use on my big jelly plate. Um, and it was pretty, so I didn't have to have a background. Does that make sense? Um, anyway, maybe Thursday when Barbara's here and we're playing on the jelly plate, maybe I'll play with some of that. Do we want to try to do this? Well, this is rice paper, but okay, I was assuming this was the one paper that they were talking about, but maybe it's not because they act like everybody should have it around. And let me look and see what they call this. If they give it a okay, Chinese yuan paper is a type of rice paper, so we're going to assume that's what this is. And how do you roll it up? Let me find something real quick. I need something really, really, really skinny to start it on. There's a skewer. That'll have to work. Oh. Okay, let's see if we can. I don't think this will make a pencil if it's not tight in the center. So we're going to try to do this. We'll see. My knees are back to their normal, which means they're not great, but they're not hurting me like they were when I tripped over Sparrow. They're just normal now. I've had bad knees since I was like 12. So I've always had issues with them. Okay, let's see if we can fold this and make it roll. It's so far it's not rolling. It's 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 making a flat something. Okay, let's see if we can get it to. Well, rice paper, well, you can see it's thin. It's really thin. And it's really kind of strong considering how thin it is. Okay, we're just going to end up with a flat something. It does have different properties. It tears, but it doesn't tear the way regular paper tears. I'll show you in a minute. Okay. It says to use tape, but you obviously don't want to burn the tape, so you need to use tape down further down the thing, not at the tip, I guess. Okay, come on. Well, that's what I did, but I wanted it tighter in the middle and not have the hole. Even the skewer will leave a hole. And so I just rolled it around the hole the skewer the first couple of times, and then rolled it around itself after that. Okay, where's. Okay. I don't know that we're going to draw it with this, but I just want to see if it'll work. I just want to see if it'll work. They say it'll work. Oh. All right. Well, I thought I had one of these that was already open, but I guess it got thrown away. It must have emptied itself out. Oh, well, it got empty. Whatever. Okay, this one's full of stuff. Okay, I've got a little flame there, but it's... That's weird. Okay. There's plenty of stuff in it. But it's not. It makes... There we go. Okay, I may have burned it too long. It just made ashes. Buddha bowls made and ready for dinner. What do you put in those, Becky? Okay, this is probably not going to work so great, so I'm just going to do it down here. Well, it will work. You can see, but I don't know that it's worth that much trouble, because I would need to burn it again if I was going to continue to do it. Tonight, it's rice, bell pepper, sweet potato, carrots, steamed kale, kidney beans, and a peanut sauce. So it's kind of like a rice bowl or something. It's just a bunch of stuff in a bowl. And you can put whatever in there you want. Is that right, Becky? Okay. All right, I wanted to show you how this tears. It leaves a fuzzy, a little bit, I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of fuzzy. It tears pretty easy that direction. This direction, it leaves, even more fuzzy edge. So do you cook everything and then put it in there? Or do you put it all together and then cook it? Basically, you start with a grain, then top with vegetables, and then a sauce, and you can add nuts. Okay. Not everything is cooked. Okay. So the things that you want to be cooked, you cook in advance, and then you put it all together. Is that right? Yes. Okay. Well, that sounds fun. Okay. I have a charcoal pencil, so that's what we're going to use, if I can find it. That's not a charcoal pencil. Oh, chicken satay. I love that. Okay. Too much stuff in that drawer. Okay. Let's see if I can sharpen this charcoal pencil to use. Chicken satay is marinated chicken that's been like cooked over a grill or something. They're usually on skewers, and then you eat it with a peanut sauce. At least that's the chicken satay I've had. They said a regular pencil doesn't work as well on here, so I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work with the watercolors, but anyway, we're gonna try it because we have this stuff here. Okay, and you can cook it as stir fry too. Okay, cool. I've never had it that way. I've only had it on the skewers at the Thai place. Okay. Gee, I can draw a bird when I'm copying it. Okay, put that up. Now I would not normally draw with charcoal and then just leave it. Um, I want to check one thing real quick. Yep, that's exactly what it looked like. Okay. Um, because it'll smudge. So what I would normally do is, like, if I've done this in charcoal, then I would spray over it with something like hairspray or workable fixative or something. But I don't want to do that to this because it'll change the absorption ability of the paper. So we're just going to go with whatever happens here. Um, the tablet didn't recognize the word. Okay. But I'm going to have to get some ink made up here um, because the first thing you do is use ink with it. Okay. So this may take a little while. We can just chat while I'm doing this. What oh, that reminds me. I got some meat out of the freezer that's in the refrigerator that needs I need to cook it today. I meant to do it yesterday and ended up um cooking steaks and baked potatoes and stuff to take over to mom's for Mother's Day. When I took it out of the freezer, I forgot Sunday was Mother's Day. So so I didn't cook it yet. But I stir fry it. That's what made that's it's stuff to stir fry, which is what made me think of it when y'all were talking about the chicken satay as a stir fry. Okay. This stuff does not um it's very hard. It's very hard. Um trying to get some more off of it. But you do have to stir this as you go. It probably would work really well, Barbara. That's probably true. This is an ink stick where they harden the ink and let it concentrate and dry out. And basically what you're doing is reconstituting it, turning it back into ink. And it doesn't say what kind of ink it is, just that it's ink. Now you can buy, India ink that's liquid to do this with. You don't have to do this, but this is the traditional way and it's what was in the kit. But yeah, I think it would work good with Inktense blocks. Um it may get used to that way one of these days. Okay. I'll set that down there. Now then, here's this. This is not going to be easy to do because I'm left-handed and I always turn my paper to draw or write. Um, but we will see. Like what you would use with a dip pen. Yeah. Um, the problem with using India, I think, I think what I have is a India ink, but India ink has shellac or varnish in it, and it will clog up your dip pen. So if you use India ink, you need to clean your dip pen after each time you use it. I learned that the hard way. Okay, it says here, and I'm quoting just in case. This painting of a great blue heron is not as complicated as it may first appear. As it is not as common a subject, there are fewer opportunities to study it in nature than the chickadee in the previous demonstration. So let's find the chickadee. There's the chickadee. But many of the brush strokes are similar. If you are in fact lucky enough to live where you can watch this bird in the wild, I encourage you to do so. So I didn't do the ones before this because you see, this is actually the last thing in the book. Oh no, there's goldfish after this. Okay. I just jumped to the back. Um, the first thing it says to do is begin with the sketch, tracing the image provided if you wish. Try making and using your own charcoal pencil from the tip below to do your sketch with. Use your vine brush and ink to trace over the outline of the heron working from the outside in, making sure that you capture form rather than detail at first. Keeping your fingers close to the head of your brush will enable you to control the movement of the brush better. Keep your hand in this position as you finish outlining the bird, and then start to sketch the outline of the larger feathers. Okay, I thought the feathers were part of the bird, so now I'm confused. Just says outline. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to outline, and I'm going to use this little brush because I think I'll have more control with it than this one. And I want to give this a chance. Okay, I'm going to have to just turn the paper, y'all. Sorry about that. Oh, goodness gracious. There we are. Y'all are probably telling me, ah, look. It's soaking up all your ink. Maybe not. Maybe you didn't notice it till I did. This is a blue heron. A great blue heron. Trying to get it out of the, there we go, out of the glare. How you doing, Miss Allie Kay? I'm so glad you're here. Ooh, Atelier Artist Pigment Inks. Haven't used it yet. Okay. Well, let us know how it goes. Oh, how fun. Well, they're definitely not a common sight around here. For sure. Okay, I feel like that looks like I've already done that one, so I'm going to do it again just to be sure. I took some awesome photos of one a few years ago at the Riverwalk. They make the weirdest sounds. Julie says, I bought it to do my own made up asemic writing with a brush, but not brave enough to try it. Yeah, I understand. I've had this sitting around a little while because I wasn't brave enough to try it. But I decided I either had to be willing to go ahead and try it or I needed to get it out of my craft room. So, yes, Julie, we would love to see it. Don't trust myself not to make it look like scribble. Well, do it do it in an art journal, and then if it looks like scribble, you can just art journal over the top of it. I'm always good at giving out advice that I don't necessarily follow myself. But that seems like a win-win to me. If you like it, you can leave it like it is, and if you don't, then you can cover it up. We all started with scribbles. That's right. Some days I feel like that's all I'm capable of, which is why I do a lot of collage. Okay. It has. What did I do those? I don't. I can't tell. I don't think I did those. That's right. Treat it as breaking the blank page. That's a great idea. Okay. Well, there's that. Okay. Now then, let's see what the book has to say. Once you've finished outlining the bird, use your white cloud brush. See, I don't have a white cloud brush. Sorry. White cloud brush. Yep. They always want me to use this brush that they didn't give me. That's the bad thing about kits. You think you've got everything you need, but you don't. Okay. Sorry about the rant. Oh, that's a great idea, Barbara. Hey, Beth, glad you're back. Power nap's over. All right. I have never been able to do power naps. Do you have a stencil brush? Um, somewhere. Okay, it says once you finished outlining the bird, use your white cloud brush and light ink to give the beak some shading. Next, load your brush with medium indigo and a bit of dark ink at the tip. Then paint the cap of the head with a single sweeping stroke. Okay, here's the final thing. This is the shading they're talking about. We could do that Thursday if you're still looking for a Thursday stream idea. Um, do what Thursday, Barbara? Write in each of the grids? No, I was kind of wanting to play with the jelly plate, but if you don't want to do that, you can do a grid with a semic. I'm not sure if that's how you say it. Writing in it. Um, Beth did a bingo grid on Saturday. Okay, and this is the single brush stroke they're talking about with the blue and black. These are really small boxes. It's kind of hard to see what it's actually telling you to do. But it looks like they're having you do this part and then this part and that at this point. So I'm going to continue to use this ink and see if we can do some shading. Okay. Now I'm going to need a bigger brush for the Neuro and sticker grids were fun too. Cool. Okay. There's indigo. And then we're going to add some black at the tip. Don't know if that's going to work. Okay. I'm trying to see. Well, they don't show you. They tell you what to do, but they don't show you how to do it. So we're going to do that, and we're going to call it good. Okay. Get rid of a notification so I can see chat again. Okay. Now then, mix indigo with burnt sienna to create a sepia tone. Using this mix loaded on your white cloud brush with splayed bristles, add in the feathers around the chest and stomach. Mindy won a prize from somebody. Cool. What did you win, Mindy? Okay, I'm trying to look and see. I guess that's right here. Okay, I wasn't finished. All right, sorry. Start from the front and pull the stroke to the back, adding wisps of feathers by lifting as you finish the stroke. Add a spot of color in the eye area with the same mix. Well, I think that's right here. And we're just going to have to put in some feathers because I didn't do what it said to do. Oh, she won a bingo prize. Okay, cool. Okay. Add a spot of color to the eye area. Then mix concentrated white with a touch of burnt sienna to create a soft, creamy color. Spread the bristles of your brush and pick up a bit of this mix to fill in the white areas of the head. Use concentrated white to go back over these strokes with splayed bristles. Add a spot. Okay. Mix concentrated white with a touch of burnt sienna to create a soft, creamy color. All right. All right, let's we don't have any concentrated white because I didn't know it was going to need to be concentrated. So concentrated white with a bit of the burnt sienna. That's probably too much. Okay, that is not as. Ew. Okay, we're okay, we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna do the same thing down here. This is not as white as it probably should be. Let's see if we can calm it down a little bit more. Okay. I'm trying to do this right here. I think it's a little pinker than it probably should. We probably really want it. Um, it doesn't have to be exact. Well, it won't be. It won't be exactly the same. That's for sure. Oh, we're going to go back in and add some white on top of this in a minute. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and okay. Um okay, let's just go ahead and add in some more burnt sienna to this to do the feathers they were talking about. Okay. Trying to see. Maybe I should have just outlined the outline part. I mean the out I don't know. This in here maybe I shouldn't have outlined it because now it's not covering up. Um Put a little bit in some of these other feathers. We're going to put darker colors in there too, but okay, we're going to come down here and do the legs in a kind of a gray. All right. That wasn't next, but I noticed they've got them done in here, so. Okay. Is this dry enough to try the white stuff? Okay. Okay, just making sure that's clean. And where's my white? Here it is. Okay. It says splay your bristles. Oh, hold on just a second. Okay, sorry. Um, well, this, I don't know how this is supposed to. Okay, that's not working. Julie bumped herself out. Oh no, but I'm glad you're back, Julie. All right, that was not working. Let's try a fan brush to see if we can get this to work at all. Oh. Let's try a little stiffer one. Is that stiffer? No, it's not. It's very soft. Well, we're just going to use it anyway because they are all about the same. Okay, this is not working. Let me make sure that I read it right. Concentrated white. Use concentrated white to go back over these strokes with splayed bristles to stroke in feathery areas. Okay, well, that's not working. So we're going to have to do something different. So let's do this again. Okay. Alrighty. We're going to wait on the white until later because we're going to have to do white on these feathers and down here. And so we'll just add all that in at the end. Let's go ahead and see. Okay. And this is not dark enough. So we're going to just kind of just putting in. Okay, we're going to call that good for that color. And now we're going to go to the dark blue with some ink. Okay, let's. Okay, let's just mix that ink in there. It'll be easier. I know we're supposed to be loading our brush up and doing all that stuff, but okay. Now we're going to add in these feathers. Okay. Oh, bye-bye, Julie. Okay, we're just gonna play because um I don't know how much of this I'm gonna be able to their directions are confusing me. Let me just say that. Um, uh, that's kind of blue. That's not what I'm wanting. Okay. It doesn't matter if we use up all the paint on this one thing. It was all for fun. There's I did too much outlining, I think. I've got the ink is coming through everywhere. Okay, I just messed him up, but he's going to be a new breed, I guess, because uh, we're going to continue. Oh, goodness, excuse me. Okay. Well, it's quite obvious I'm not a painter. That's all I got to say. It's quite obvious I'm not a painter. But I did have fun playing with it. But um I think that's probably as good as my heron's gonna get right now. Oh, we need something. We need some stuff under here. Okay, let's see. Says start it with the grass. Use a dark ink to start and progress to lighter ink using a dry brush stroke to create the look of dry grasses. Okay, let's go back to this is what it looks like. Okay, so let's use our brush here. We got lots of ink, so we might as well use it. Okay, so it's just kind of smushy. That obviously was too much. Mine's not going to look like his either because let's go ahead and add some green in here. Okay, we're okay. Let's go ahead and okay. No, Barbara, I doubt it does. Maybe you need to try one and see. Oh goodness. Anyway, he is mostly recognizable as a blue heron, although oh goodness. Anyway, it was fun and I got to play with this toy and decide what I like about it. I think I might do more with the ink. Um oh, let's look at the okay. This is dried now. That watercolor is fun on this paper. So it might be, I'm gonna um play some more on there and then we could, tear it up for collage or whatever. But once it has more paint on it, it'll be more better. And then this is the other paper. Okay, so that even dry, this still rubs off. I haven't seen watercolor do that. So, um, yeah, look at that. So now we know this is less permanent than watercolor. That's interesting, though. Um, yeah, see, it's coming off all over me. Okay, so that's good to know. Um, that it's yeah, I'm sure that's probably true, Barbara. Um, I tend to be heavy-handed um, when I paint, and so that's possible that they didn't get all activated. Um, I like this. So I think my favorite thing from this is the ink. Doesn't mean I won't use the watercolor anymore, but for these, I really like that. So this is something that would be fun to do more of. And I mean, just if you just take this and put it in a journal, that would be fun. Or this part, or this part. Um, and there's our blue heron. Get rid of that because I'm through painting. But we've got a lot of ink. So we might do something else with ink. It would be fun to make marks on journal pages like that first one. Yeah, yeah, and you could just do this and go straight to a journal page. Okay, let me stick that up there to dry more. And let's get this back out and do some marks for fun. Okay. Now this may have some blue in it because I stuck that brush, but anyway. That's kind of fun. I finally did get this ink pretty dark. um, after I do this, I'm going to get out my everything book and we'll see how this ink works on that paper. Some of them are kind of, see how they're bleeding out? So I had my brush too full. So that's fun. Okay, let's play with the ink on the regular paper and see what it does. Where's my book? Here it is. Okay. Let's do this one. I'm running out of ink over here. I'm just trying to make these not all about the tips, but I may wish I had left it. We'll have to let it dry and see what it looks like. But right now, this is what it looks like. Um, Today is my mama's birthday. She's 82. So that ink is fun to work with. I'm sure that these are, would be fun to play with too. But I'm more drawn to the ink, to the black. I'm kind of wishing that I had just done some leaves and left room for a flower there, but oh well. Yeah, that's kind of hard for me to believe, Barbara. I mean, I know it's true, but it's still, you seem quite a bit younger than my mom. Um, okay. Well, it's a little bit after 4. And did I get that cleaned off? Yeah, make sure I cleaned all my brushes before we stop. I was hoping this would dry so we could see the finished, what it looks like. Thanks, Barbara. Okay. We've been having a lot of rainy, misty stuff here for the past week. Um, we've gotten two really good rains out of it that were about an inch and a half each. And then we've had some misty stuff on other days. Um, and that's a lot of rain for us. And so I'm glad it's sunny again. I love the rain. We need the rain, but I'm not used to it being gloomy, cloudy all the time. But sometimes it's even shiny. Sun is shining when it's raining here. So let me dry this a little bit. Anyway, my house is muddy because of the puppy coming in out of the mud. And it doesn't matter how many times you clean it up. Next time he goes out and comes in, it's muddy again. So I would do some more splatters if I wasn't out of ink already because I like the splatters. There's not very many on here, but okay. This is what it looks like. Now I'm thinking, I said I was going to play with this, so this is how we're going to play with it. All right, let's see. We bought a raised garden bed for my mom for Mother's Day, me and my brother and sister. And then Ethan put it together for me um, as his Mother's Day gift to me. And it's over there on her porch, and he put a big bow on it out of this red ribbon that I got. It's a metal ribbon that has holes in it that I got mostly to use as a stencil. Um, so I was like, oh, you probably use that whole spool of stuff to put a bow on that, but I didn't say anything. It looked nice. Shake well, remove cap, push down firmly on tip, and squeeze barrel. Use just like a pin. Well, it took a while for that ball to start rolling around in there. Okay. All right, let's see if we can. Oh, it's kind of juicy. Okay, I just messed this up. It actually looked nice until I started playing with it. Okay. Well, now we know. This is too wide. You need to use it for big doodles if you're going to use it. Let's just outline these and There you go. Perfect place to glue something on top. Yep. This has more odor to it than a Posca pen. So if you're sensitive to odors, you may not want to use this. It's not terrible. I've definitely smelled worse, but it is there. Okay. It's not quite as horrible. Um, let's just go ahead and I meant to do that. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Well, this is what it looks like after I messed with it. Okay, lid. There it is. Okay. Alrighty. Well, you still like it? Good. Well, I like it better now that I did them all. It looks at least purposeful now. But I liked it when it was just black. And I think one of the reasons I liked it better when it was just black is because the white kind of blends in um somewhat. Anyway, it was fun. Purposeful. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, it was better black, but this at least looks purposeful. So we're gonna be happy with it. All righty. Well, I'm gonna have to go. Gotta do a put some groceries up. I didn't get that done before I came out here, and then gotta let the puppy out. So that's my day. Do something, let the puppy out. Do something, let the puppy in. Do something, let the puppy out. Do something, let the puppy in. So Hannah says we live in a benevolent dog dictatorship. That's what she says. I'm like, well, he doesn't know he's the boss. He doesn't know everything we do revolves around his routine or his schedule. Um, I'm trying to decide if I should stick this in here somehow. I could stick it on a calendar. Yep. Yeah, she's funny. Okay, I think I'm gonna do that. We're gonna just do a take off at the top too, just so that it's and the kittens, you're starting as a new mom. Yes. You're living in a kitten tatership. Okay. Okay. I think we're going to move it. Is that dry? Can't tell. Probably not. We're going to move it back to this pink page. Okay, I actually think that's dry. Okay, that's nice. All right, we're going to stick this in here because it's a thing and this is an everything book. So, how's that for a reason? Mm. I'm going to just let that hang off the top a little bit. I'm good with that. Okay. Now then, I need do I have something that is trash? Okay. We'll use this. Oh, thanks, Barbara. Yeah, I decided I better go ahead and put it in there. I'll end up throwing it away because I'll decide I'm not happy with it. There we go. Guess I'll put that date on here too. Okay. Alrighty. That looks cute. Added 2 things to my everything book today. So now I have proof that I played with that stuff. Alrighty. Yeah. I'm gonna let this just kind of sit like this till it dries, and then I'll put it up later. Thank you, Janet. Thanks, Barbara. Thank you all for coming and being here with me and watching me while I messed around with that stuff. I had fun, and it was more fun because you were here. Love you all. God bless you. Bye-bye. Oh, Thursday, Barbara's going to come on with me Thursday at 1:30, and we're going to jelly print or something. We're going to do something. Love you all. Bye-bye.